Now, every day, hundreds of millions of web searches are carried out on popular Chinese language web search engines. And each day we take a look at some of the most popular of those searches to give you an idea of what's trending on the Chinese internet these days. Our first top search today comes from Baidu.com, and this is Transit of Venus. Chinese net users with an interest in astronomy are already looking forward to this unusual celestial event. On June the 5th to the 6th of this year, the planet Venus will pass between the Earth and the Sun, making it visible as it crosses the Sun's disk, to those using protective eye gear, of course. While the last such transit occurred in June 2004, the next one won't be for more than a century, in December 2117. This year's transit will be seen best from the Pacific Ocean, and most of China will get a pretty good view too, while the US will just catch the very beginning. Next up, let's cross to Sogou.com and this top search, Obama quarrel. It seems that President Barack Obama's apparent tarmac tiff with Arizona Republican Governor Jan Brewer isn't only news in the US. The pictures of Governor Brewer seemingly wagging her finger and pointing at Obama during a brief, what appears to be strained conversation after he arrived on a visit to the state are familiar to most Americans now, having gone virtually viral online. But here in China, where even hints at any friction between top government officials are taboo in the media, the unscripted moment has garnered particular interest and has become the subject of plenty of discussion on the internet. Now, still on Sogou.com, this search is about an expensive historical relic, or is it? 2.2 Han Dynasty Jade Chair. Well, E here is the Chinese word for 100 million. So 2.2 means 220 million yuan, or say around 30 million US dollars. Now, according to a report in the Legal Evening News, that's the amount paid for this chair carved from jade at a recent auction in Beijing. The unexpectedly high price has got virtual tongues wagging, and some people, including many experts, have expressed serious doubts over the authenticity of the piece and whether it really is from the Han Dynasty, which would be around 2,000 years ago. Indeed, there have been suggestions that the whole deal sounds pretty flaky, with some antiquarians saying that such a piece wouldn't even have existed in the Han Dynasty and claiming that the artifact is an out-and-out fake. Finally, let's go back to Baidu.com for this sports-related search, Australian Open. Interest in the Australian Tennis Open was, of course, intense in China, mainly because of the participation of the country's top female tennis player, Li Na. Li has almost single-handedly raised the profile of tennis in China, not only for her world-class playing performances, but also for her charismatic public persona. Li was last year's runner-up at the Australian Open, and hopes were high in China that she might win this year. However, fans were disappointed when she was knocked out in the fourth round by Kim Clijsters. Belarusian Victoria Azarenka eventually won the title, defeating Maria Sharapova 6-3 and 6-love. And that's it for our look at some of the top searches taking place in China today. You're watching China Take. Coming up next, a Chinese blogger on international rivalries and friendships.